All right. Hey there, guys. How are things? I'm heading into town. I got to bring a bunch of recycle in. I'm trying to keep an eye on it, make sure everything stays in place. It's tied down pretty good. Um, I've got quite a load, man, for a little truck. So I'm pulling over and letting people pass. It's fine. It's fine, man. Beautiful day here in Northern California. Beautiful day. Hoping to get this done, and I think they got a little bit of work for me this afternoon that I need to take care of, and then I want to. The bite should turn back on with this warmer weather. The fish bite. So I want to get some bluegills. Put them in a bucket, big bucket with a fish tank oxygen thing. Keep them alive, and that way you hook them. Use the live bluegill for bass and catfish. Hoping to get my brother out doing more fishing, maybe once a month. I don't see him often. I mean, we live pretty close together. We're just not too close, but yeah, maybe once a month we'll try to get out and go fishing. It's a good plan, anyways. My cans are still holding up. Um, so all right, us being conspiracy minded, we know all this stuff that's going on. We should know they're purposely exposing it, right? They're purposely exposing it, getting ready for the false light. Lucifer, he's going to come in as the good guy. He's going to come in as a good guy. Remember, Paul tells us the bad guy comes first. He's going to come first, and he's going to be good. He's going to be real darn good. So, anyways, what are we to do? What are we to do? I mean, I went through the phase of ringing the bell, the watchman on the wall, hooting and hollering, and even in my political days when I was a John Birch, I got to trim this mustache. When I was a John Birch member, oh my God, my poor friends and coworkers, man, jeez. But anyways, ringing the bell and first of all, nobody wants to hear. But second of all, exposing the conspiracies, which there are conspiracies, exposing them is kind of so. I think there's a happy medium, and it's kind of like a happy medium, like our life. I mean, when you know the world is how it is, how could you be happy in it? How could you be happy, really? It's just, my God, it's terrible. It's a terrible world, man. But you have to be happy. You can't go through life absolutely sad and miserable, and it's just that's no good. And I don't think God wants us to do that. So, and I guess to we can't stop it. There's nothing we can do, like the satanic ritual abuse and all that. That's so common. I bet you every little town, even where I'm at, there's a Mason Hall here. There's that stuff going on. Remember when I used to gold prospect up here? I was hiking out to a spot I like to go, and it was still dark. It was quite a hike in there, and I tried a new way of getting in. It's along the canal, and then I dropped down to the river. It felt real dark, like something had went on there. I don't know. Could have just been me. I think back then I was doing drugs, so could have just been me. But it just had a real dark feeling, man. It was eerie. I was glad to be out of that, you know, so many 100 yards area, and it lifted once I got out of there. I don't remember on the way out. I might have took a different way out. But anyways, aside from aside from standing up for those around us, in our personal lives, if they're being violated or persecuted other than for our Lord. Yeah, I think for me, I think yeah, I'm gonna stand up and fight, absolutely. But as far as a national or any kind of these, say like the No King's Day, I'm going, all right. Any of these big movements, for me, I mean, if you guys want to, or any of you guys want to, that's fine. But for me, I say no, I'm not getting involved in that. Everything is a setup, everything is control, everything. It's nuts. I don't think much slips out that they don't want out anyways, right? At this point, sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Hopefully this. I got to do something with the microphone. Yeah, at this point they know there's nothing we can do. My God, technology just that we know of is off the hook. That's just what we know of. And I think they're way ahead. I think AI is, well, what do we figure? We figure they're 30, 50, even more years ahead of us in tech. So can you imagine where AI really is? What it could really do? I mean, right now it could read my retinas, and it's doing it. It's reading my retinas, and it could tell if I'm speaking the truth, if I'm lying, if I'm aroused, if I'm in fear, all that. It's crazy, and it's doing it right now. If my screen's facing me, um, and that's nothing really. I mean, I still find that kind of crazy, but I mean, it's probably off the hook of what it's capable of doing. And then we add the nanotech, and oh yeah, the nanotech's real. I shed a lot of nanotech, guys. It's weird looking, man, all different colors, and I shed a lot of weird metals. Some of them will float in the detox baths, and it's metal though. It's like it's an aluminum, but I don't know. And then the nano stuff, it's different colors and they're balled together. Um, Again, I got to do another Marks video, but so yeah, the nanotech and the smart dust that they're spraying on us nonstop, we're probably eating it, you know. Um, Let's see, I'm almost at the recycle place. Hopefully that guy didn't take an early lunch, but if he did, then I'm just gonna have to wait. Um, so I'm gonna pause this and then we'll finish it. All right, guys, that's done. Recycle 182. It's not bad, huh? 182. But that's working at a campground where people throw away a ton of recycle. Um, we have the dumpsters. I don't dig through the dumpsters, but I like scrape the surface real quick or on break. I mean, it's amazing the amount of beer and sodas people drink. And I don't do glass. Glass is just too heavy and just plastic, aluminum. But yeah, 182 bucks, man. Ain't nothing to shake a stick at, huh? Better get gas. So where were we? We were what to do with all this? I mean, if you know you've got a sicko in your neighborhood or people that are, you got to protect the children in that neighborhood. You got to, right? That's different than trying to this whole Epstein thing. Come on, guys. Please don't buy into that. Not that it's not going on. That's the thing. It is going on. But ain't nobody gonna go to jail over it. Nobody's going to prison. Um, you know, Satan may throw the Black Lodge, the Masons, may throw them under the bus, or lead us to believe that's what he's doing. Because we'll never know. We don't know the truth. Everything could be. All right, guys, we're back in action. And I forgot where we were. I absolutely forgot. We were talking about basically, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. I mean, again, aside from protecting your own family, your own community, friends, and, stuff like that, there's nothing you can do, I'm afraid. At least in my opinion. Um, and the same goes with prep, and I think it's great to prep. And it's actually fun to learn how to forage. If you have children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews, take them out and learn how to forage with the internet. My God, the information we have, it's just off the hook. So we can utilize that information. And so, yeah, I think that kind of prepping and stuff like that is fun. The prepping I did when the COVID broke out, yeah, that wasn't very wise prepping. I wasn't definitely wasn't praying like I'm praying now, and definitely wasn't listening like I'm trying to listen now. And I mean, you're gonna lay it on your heart if you think you ought to do it. Um, you know, it's just like gold and silver, guys. Everybody, hey, get rid of everything and put it on gold and silver. I don't know. Hey, if you're sitting on a good chunk of change in the bank or, whatever, investment stock, it'd be wise. It'd be wise to purchase some gold and silver. And again, in my opinion, uh, even gold being as high as it is now, boy. I remember in the 90s, I was buying gold at 350 an ounce. This was the early 90s. Silver was 4 an ounce. That was spot, and that was your silver eagles, those premium. It wasn't junk silver. And then what was it? 2008, 2009, it jumped up. Everything jumped up. I think silver went to 22. And gold was around 12. Well, that's not my oil. So, anyways, yeah, it's a bit high. Silver, still pretty high, but I don't know. I think if a person has a little extra, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. Gonna put any hope or faith or absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's just like buying insurance. I don't have any hope or faith in insurance, but it's still wise to get it. Insurance is a racket, man. Absolute racket. Those people, man, I'm telling you. I was paying for Well, I was paying forever, but this one company that I'm with, 7 years I was with them, backing out of a parking lot and I hit a lady's door, and no problem. It was my fault. Um, Turning into the insurance, they bumped my rates up $30 a month. For 3 years, I think, till it was paid off. What was all that money I was paying them before? It's just crazy, man. It's a racket. It's an absolute god. Those people. Everything's a racket these days, so guys. Everything is, isn't it? Everything. Um, went to. I usually get my phones at Best Buy because I'm not a big tech guy. I just buy a basic. I'm rolling. Just a basic Android, right? But I do use Verizon service. So unbeknownst to me, I figured I'd check out Verizon store this last time I bought this phone here. Um, Unbeknownst to me, they're separate entities, even though, well, I know they're separate companies, but even though, say, Best Buy carries Verizon and sells the plans, Verizon doesn't acknowledge it. They didn't tell me this in Verizon. They just said your number doesn't exist. I said, what do you mean my number doesn't exist? They said, yeah, it doesn't exist. And I said, man, I got it at Best Buy. They could have just said, yeah, you go back to Best Buy, but if you want to keep it, but they did. They lied to me. You know, I tell you, I get no respect. No respect. Um, I'll never go to a Verizon store again. So now I'm locked into a 2-year contract with this piece of phone. Wow. That's alright. That's alright. Got about another $400 in recycle at home, so keep me afloat a little while longer, right? And this sunshine, I'll be I'll be getting more hours than I want now. It's kind of how it ends up in summertime. Um, Got to get out of that house I'm living in. I know that won't protect me, but there's not much I can do right now unless which I'm probably gonna do. I have about, depends on where silver's at, let's say 5 to 7 grand in silver. I think I haven't checked it for a long time. Just junk silver, Junk silver is silver quarters, dimes, $5. Um, and I have some bars. I did buy a big monster box, the Golden Eagles. This was just prior to COVID coming out, and I gave my nephews a lot. I gave my boys a lot, and then I had to sell some to buy this truck. But and they sold it. They sold it. My boys did. They hung on to it, but my nephew sold it. Guys, no. Of course, it doesn't matter. It jumped up so much because what did we lose? We lost 70% of our dollar the last 4 years, right? Yeah, at least 60%. I'd say at least 60, guys. Man, yeah, I feel for people, young families. Yeah, I feel for people. I just feel for people. They're oblivious to what's going on. Just totally oblivious, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's gotta be sorcery involved. That, and I think just the manipulation with the oh boy, like you watch the news, how they kind of put you under hypnosis, that. And it's just years and years of bombardment of lies and deception. But again, I think they're exposing this now. So they're starting to let it out that our leaders just aren't on the up and up. Surprise, surprise, huh? Um, so when the son of perdition does step in, we're gonna really dig him, and anybody who's against him is gonna be. Um, still think AI fits that image of the beast. You know what I'd like to do? Well, I've already shared this before. I mean, I find somebody to study the Bible with, but I'd like to, if somebody knew the book of Ezekiel real well and see where this lines up with the other books of prophecy, right? That'd be cool. It'd be cool before I die to meet a woman that you could pray with. You know what I mean? To me, man, that sounds so romantic. You know, praying, you and your woman, you know, giving it up to the Lord, and that would be the ticket. I'm almost back at the campsite here, guys. Boy, there's a lot of work to be done. Yeah, I'm gonna be pulling some long days here. I'm gonna pause for 1 second. Alright. And I lost track about it again. Well, it isn't like we were discussing any kind of life or death information. This lake is really full. It's gonna be a good summer. Good Lord willing, right? Good Lord willing, it's gonna be a good summer. Um, I'll show you guys. It's pretty full. It's not a big lake. I mean, it's got a lot of arms and bars and stuff like that, but it's not like a huge, wide lake. It's more long. Let's see. I gotta drop these two large trash cans off here. Let me see. Show you guys real quick. Oops. See, this phone's coming apart. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty, huh? Had a little kayak. Good. Yeah, the phone's coming apart from the battery. Had a little kayak with a little, gosh darn it, little motor on it, and I just sold that. Um, but I still do have a little aluminum, and with the motor, I think I'll keep. 1 second. Yeah, guys, this phone's falling apart on me. Ah, come on, baby. There.